groundwork on what the Jezebel spirit is. So, Brother Josh, let's go back to modern Christianity and church, because that's where it starts. It started in the church, and then it evolved and came into the world.
All right. We got 2 more scriptures we're going to read.
Nahum
3:13 states, See the people who are in you are women. The doorways of your land are wide open to your attackers.
Okay.
The locks on your doors have been burned away in the fire.
Wow.
The second one is Matthew chapter 15, verse 14. Excuse me, and it says as follows. There are blind leaders of the blind.
Where you reading that, brother? There are 2 types of people. Right here. Oh, okay. You reading the scripture. I think okay, I'm sorry, brother. Okay. All right.
There are blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both will fall into a pit.
That's right. That's right. That's what, and that's what's happening to society. The women are trying to lead, and the whole society is suffering for that. Okay.
There are 2 types of people: those who rule and those who are ruled.
That's right.
If you do not rule, you are ruled.
That's right. Absolutely right. There it is.
In our Western societies, we're witnessing powerlessly the disintegration of our civilization as we know it.
Yes.
Which has been held together for almost 2,000 years by Christianity.
That's correct, sir.
We are in deep descendants, and then the doom of our evil culture is at hand, and yet the Trojan horse.
That's talking about the horse that God rides in at the last days.
Yeah, I know.
Good job, bro, Josh.
That brought about our dismissal is staring at us every day. Everywhere, the very thing we cherish so dearly to our hearts and to our doom. Democracy.
Democracy. That's what we hold so dear in this country, but it is a spirit. Go ahead, brother.
Every single ill of our society can be pinned to this beast from hell called democracy.
That's right.
From abortion, divorce, feminism, drugs, and AIDS. Family breakdown and interminable list of ungodly activities. All these evil things have been hugely amplified by democracy.
That's right.
Corrupting us to the core.
That's right.
Nothing has changed under the sun. But with democracy, the evil heart of man has gotten worse.
Gotten worse. That's right.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
All right. Let me read this here. Naturally, all Western people, from Christian, even Christians, hiss and breathe antithesis to the saying, but calm down and give it the SALT test, which is the assertion if this thing is much loved by the world or not. Test. Is democracy much loved by the world? Yes, it is. Very much so. Well, then anything loved by the world is what? Is at odds against God. There it is. All right? As proven by love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. There it is. So if you love democracy and you want things to be your way,
God ain't there.
God is not in it. And that's how this world operates. Anything that goes, and it goes back to that statement about being politically correct. Not to offend nobody. I'm going to go along with the crowd.
I ain't worried about offending somebody.
I don't care either.
If I offend somebody, oh well.
But if you look at this society,
keep it moving.
That's how it is. Okay, the following words from the Bible seems to be very apt description of our very own time. This is the last days, perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. That's so true. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, true breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, towers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. And that's how this society is. It all based through democracy, and democracy feeds into feminism. That's how women have raised up through the ranks, because the enemy has peeked his head in. And I always said that wherever there's a crack and you let the enemy in,
he's gonna break down the door,
and then he's gonna blow it wide open. That's what this world has blown wide open. We ain't got no control of it right now.
The first thing, democracy was passed endomocratic laws to destroy the father figure in the family.
Good God from Zion. There's the key right there. Democracy was used by the enemy to destroy the what, Brother Josh?
The head of the house.
The head of the house. Because once you cut the head off, everything else is going to fall behind it. Wow.
After having effectively destroyed patriarchy, it proceeded to ridicule and push out maleness at every level of society.
That's right.
A plain example shown by the European know that most democratized nations under the tenets of democracy are imposing hefty fines to firms that do not employ at least 50% of females.
See?
At every level, if they persist, their companies are closed down by government decree. Such is the free democratic democracy in action.
Have you heard about that? They call that a quota. If you don't have a certain amount of women in certain positions, then they'll come in and shut you down because they said it's not fair. It's racism. It's bias. No, but see, that's what the demon wants. That's how
Society.
That's how society is, and that's how the demon is using democracy.
Society is the demon.
That's right. Exactly right. That's right. Absolutely, brother.
Democracy is female.
That's right.
It is very difficult in a democratic, feminized society for a boy to grow up in into a real masculine man.
That's right.
For when is he born, he is the breast of his mother. As a toddler, he is continually looked by his mother.
That's right.
Or more likely dumped into a nursery of women.
There it is.
When he goes to school, he is governed by women. Co-ed classes and women teachers are no good for the boys.
That's right.
The same at church if he goes. And even at university, he is under women, and then at work, more women.
There it is.
A youth to be a man has to break away at a certain age. Say at the age of 12 from the influence of women and come under that of real men.
There it is. Real men. So to have true male role models to grow up into. So if a young boy is not broken up, and that's why it was so important, Brother Johnson. We talked about this many times before. At a certain age, that boy needs to be under a man. You remember we talked about how what happens is when that boy gets 5 years old, we say stop crying, stop doing this, don't do that, doing that.
The 3 dangerous words you can say.
We grow up and be a man.
Be a man.
But if that man's not there to train him and he's always under a woman,
it's feminized.
He's feminized. He will never know how to be, and we're going to deal with this next week. But we're going to put another powerful man. I was looking at it before you came. We're going to deal with this next week again because you wonder why there are no really good men out there and why men are the way they are.
Feminized.
We are feminized by the society, and women, the enemy has used you to create the system.
See, most women look for that bad boy image.
Yep.
And they don't know how to handle a real man when a real man comes along.
Exactly. Because see, that bad boy image is not going to last.
Nope.
Because in actuality, that's right.
He don't even know what it is.
He don't know it because he's covering up something that's hurting on the inside. That's why he's portraying that image. You got that mask over his face. All right. Let's go down to the next one, brother.
Every boy has this internal God-given masculine urge to grow up into a man.
Yes, that's right.
But our feminized Western society curbs him at every point, thus molding him into a gentle and delicate, effeminate male.
That's right.
Unfit to perform the role that God has created him for. And the Lord shall make you the head and not the tail.
Wow.
And you shall be above only, and you shall not be beneath.
That's right.
If that you listen to the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day to observe them and to do them.
All right. Read that last part right there, brother.
Consequently, as men move away from the commandments of the Lord and renege their God-given masculine roles, they have become the tail and lose their headship.
There you go.
Which spells doom not only for them but also the whole society.
There it is, right there. When men start to conform to the society, he is no longer a leader. No longer. He has given, just like Adam gave forth his leadership role in the garden. We are still continuing to do it to this day.
God promised us in the Garden of Eden that we would live for eternity if we did not partake of the fruit.
Yeah,
but see, the serpent came along.
That's right.
And they got Eve.
That's right.
And then Eve tricked him.
That's right.
And now we all have more life.
Through what? Seduction. I got him every time. That's how it happens. So, men, you better look at yourselves. You think you're leading as a man, you're not leading as a man because you're in a feminized society. You may be doing certain things, but the society is ran by women, and which is the demon. Because democracy is feminized. It's run by the demon. All right?
See, the man's supposed to be the head of the house.
That's right.
But see, when a woman come in, it's over.
It's over. Because she say something to that man, you better believe you better do it, or you in trouble. So boy, bro.
Most women they like the power.
Yes.
I guarantee you this: I believe this in my own heart,
Mm-hmm.
that Hillary Clinton is going to make president.
Yeah, I got a good feel. Well, that there's that feminization, the power, the control. It's all set up.
But it says that women aren't supposed to be in the power
That's right.
in the leadership position.
That's right.
So if she becomes president, she's in a leadership position.
That's right. That's right. And that's gonna be more things for women. You see what I'm saying? Not degrading that.
Change a bunch of things around.
But see, that's the enemy that's in control of this.
Exactly.
The enemy's controlling it. All right, let me read this. Not so in the society God intended. Men and women were separated and had clearly defined complementary roles. So God created a role for men and He created a role for women.
But see, women like to go above it.
Okay, oh, that's right. But different. But God created them male and female. At a certain age, the boys were initiated into manhood. Rituals after passing the boys/men were considered as men. We talked about ceremonies a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
About Mr.
About Mr. And we need to get back to those ceremonies so a boy can know who he is.
See, as a knight,
Mm-hmm.
before he becomes a knight, he has a ceremony.
He has a ceremony. He's knighted. That's right, brother.
Which means he has come to that position of
That's
power.
right. There you go, brother. There you go.
But
now,
you got to take Joan of Arc, though,
mm-hmm.
who came into a leader position herself.
Mm-hmm.
But see, a lot of the soldiers, I bet you didn't know this,
Mhm.
a lot of the soldiers didn't want to follow her because she was a female. They didn't, they act like she didn't know what she was doing.
Mm-hmm. So, but that's the feminist
She
movement.
got burned at the stake.
That's right. See what happens? Eventually, you destroy yourself in the long run. All right, man. This is huge, brother Josh. Manhood after men and boys are considered men and could participate in activities of men as equal, such as hunting, for example. As they mixed up with men only, they would develop their innate masculinity. You can see this example today in particularly every non-democratic side society. Every society other than the United States that's not a democratic society, they don't have the problems that we have.
Nope.
So that must tell you something.
But
And,
they got different problems. Though.
they have different, not dealing when it comes to leadership and stuff like that. They have other things. That's true, brother Josh. In the primitive Christian churches, women and men were sitting separately for many centuries. Even when this writer was talking about, I was a kid in this Eastern Coptic Orthodox churches and Orthodox synagogues. This is still the common practice today, and not to mention in the mosque, which is in the Muslim religion as well. All right, brother.
The more democratic society is, the more feminized are as men, mentally emasculated.
Mentally emasculated, brother. Wow. This is huge.
Because Christianity is now seen as a part of the spirit life proper to women than to men.
Mm-hmm.
It only attracts men whose masculinity is somewhat doubtful.
Yes.
Not necessarily homosexuals, although a certain type of homosexual is included.
All right, all right.
Rather, religion is seen as a safe field,
Yes.
a refuge from the challenges of life,
That's right.
a crutch. There it is. It's a crutch.
It's a crutch, brother, that we lean on. There you go. That's right.
And therefore attracts men who are fearful of making the break with the secure world of childhood dominated by women.
There you go. All right.
These are men who have problems following the path of masculine development.
Yes.
And it will remain Peter Pan's the rest of their life.
That means being soft and feminine
Yep.
for the rest of their life.
He
That's
never
right.
grew up to be a man.
He never grew up to be a man. That's right, sir. Feminization of Christianity, the church, and men are serious problems, if not terminal, if not a society cancer. What is needed is authentic male leadership that not only reestablish real maleness, that's what we're teaching here at the Trauma Network, real maleness to the church and teach against the heresies of our evil days, but men that proclaim and enforce adherence to the biblical mandate and the demands that both doctrinal purity and unity in the bond of loving Christ and not in democracy. Now, that's the difference there. There has to be a difference between democracy and God. Which is one you're going to choose? Usually the world is going to choose democracy.
It says in the Bible, thou shalt not serve more than one
One
God.
man. That's right. Exactly right, brother Josh. Exactly right. That's right.
But see, we as society, we don't understand that.
We don't, because we don't want to accept it.
We don't want to accept it.
We want to do our own thing. That's why we have the problem we have today. Real men of God that follow the step of Jesus and his apostles, implementing their teachings without restraints or fear or adapting to the current culture of the day. And that's what we can. And that's what we do at MSF. We're not going to whitewash it. We're not going to bow down to it. We're going to give it to you like it is. All right. This is how it's going to be.
Important facts about feminization.
All right.
There is no doubt that our Western society and our Christian churches are deeply feminized and getting ever more so.
That's right.
Even a cursory look around shows that the more masculine a man is, and less likely he is to regularly attend modern church
That's right.
or be involved in it.
That's right.
Our feminized democracy is turning our boys into male quoted.
We're quoting sissies. What that means is a feminized boy.
Democracy and feminism have wreaked mayhem in our society and churches. And it is unlikely the situation can be recovered about the wrath of God.
That's right.
Like I said yesterday, he comes with the fire.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can rid the world is when he comes with the fire.
That's right, absolutely.
Like I said
That's
yesterday,
right.
I hope I'm gone when he comes with that fire.
I know what you mean, brother. I agree.
The men like Adam are guilty for letting things degenerate so far.
That's right.
That he had his mandate to rule God's garden.
That's right.
But peevishly
abdicated
the godly charges of the women.
That's right.
That were never intended to have it.
There it is. So we as men, we forfeit our right as being leaders and being men by giving that authority to women to rule in the household. All right, yeah, that man may go out and make money and pay certain bills, but I guarantee you go in that household 9 times 10, that woman telling that man what to do. We gonna do this. We go, okay, honey, no problem.
And we don't ever do it.
And we, and there it is. So come on now.
We as men, we gotta step up to the plate. We gotta say, nah, you ain't controlling me.
I know, but yeah, I know. It's easier said than done, but because we have allowed it to go on for so long,
We are staring into deep descendants and awaiting the coming of certain doom.
That's right. We are on that road.
If there is a possibility to redress this admissible situation to the order of God, then these are the men we need. And from the days of John the Baptist till now, the kingdom of heaven is forcing its way in, and men are forced to take it.
That's right. You got to take it by force. That's
Man,
right.
get up and be counted.
There you go.
Remember that if you do not rule, then you will be ruled.
There it is. Absolutely.
Neutering the male of the species, the feminization of American society.
All right.
Who fought the bloody battles of the American Revolution that established America as a free and sovereign nation? It was men.
It was men. That's right.
Who drafted the Declaration of Independence and Constitution, to the most significant documents in human history? It was men.
There it is. Men.
Who went chin to chin with Hitler's stormtroopers in 4 years of brutal battles and saved the world from Nazi training? It was men.
It was men.
Who battled Tojo's suicidal troops down to the last man on the stricken Pacific Islands?
It was men.
Thank you.
Wow.
Who constructed the skyscrapers that gave New York City its distinctive skyline?
It was men.
Who rebuilt New York's skyline after it was destroyed by crazy terrorists on 9/11?
It was men.
In fact, if you examine those actions, inventions, decisions, and activities that made the United States world's sole power, they were accomplished primarily by
men. That's right.
I take nothing away from women who also play significant roles in all these examples.
That's right.
The point is that if you are an American man, you have nothing to apologize for.
That's right.
Rather, you should be proud. So why do so many men in America feel compelled to apologize for what? For being men?
Yeah, and we do that. We do that. We apologize. Well, the women may say, "Well, I'm sorry." You ain't got to apologize because God created. Yeah, because you ain't did nothing wrong. Unless you abuse your power, if you then you did something wrong. But as a leader, and God called you to be a leader, you're supposed to do that and lead. Not and now, men
protect, provide.
That's right. And I'm not saying men you are to take advantage of women. You're not. You're supposed to treat them as they're not equal to us in the flesh, but in the spirit they are. But you respect them as being your helpmeet. All right. Let me read this. The answer to this question is simple. Feminists are neutering the American male, and the American male is letting it happen. And it's so true. In his book, Missing from Action, Vanishing Manhood in America, author Weldon M. Hardenbrook writes, over the years, I have had the privilege of working with the broad spectrum of men who can only be found in America. No matter who they have been, capitalists, communists, college students, dropout, Christian, atheists, blacks, white, young, and old, they have had one problem in common. They have suffered to one degree or another from the touch of the feminizing forces that have taken over the land. These men have not been sure what it means to be a man. There's the key. Yep. We as men don't know how to be men.
Nope.
We don't know. So we're searching.
We think we know.
We think we know, but we don't know. You can't know when you're living in a feminized society and you don't know who you are.
See, most men say, "Oh, I got a job, I take care of business." But see, a man at work don't eat.
That's right. That's right. That's
see, you got to. That's a responsibility.
That's right. That's right. You don't. If you don't work,
we got to go back to where it said. We got to bring the king out.
Yes. Hallelujah, Brother Josh. Good job. My man.
Because once we bring the king out.
Yes.
can't nothing destroy.
That's right, because now you know your place.
But see, we living in a world where the queen